welcome. My name is Dr. Vicki Haspels and I'm the Conscious Mystic, and this is a weekly forecast for week commencing March 10th, 2025. Each week I like to bring the wisdom of the tarot to you with a reading of the energy of the week and with a little bit of guidance and spiritual messages thrown in for good measure. And so I'm going to start with going to look at what the influence of the week is, because I like to think that there's some particular thread running through the energy of the week. And the influence card this week is Page of Cups. So that means that everything is going to be super sensitive to us. So that's really an indication to take a bit of self-care around how we perceive things. Like take a breath, sort of consider what your move is if you're being triggered by a lot of things. I want to pop that back in the deck, and because we're being triggered and we're being very vulnerable in that space as well, I like the Page of Cups for psychic energy and psychic awareness as well, which means also too that our psychic radar is dialed way up to 11 out of 10. So I'm just going to do the regular one of looking at the story of the week. So our conscious self is the Chariot. So that means that, again, we're holding ourselves quite tight in. So with the energy of the Page of Cups influencing us, that means that the Chariot means that we're holding ourselves together. We're going to be really sort of very much on high alert, making sure that we keep ourselves grounded and together, not to lose ourselves. So again, be mindful, because the Chariot can indicate outbursts, so making sure that there's a safety valve there for us as well. So that our conscious self, our soul self, is this card here. This Six of Wands is telling me that there is a particular purpose that our soul self is actually heading towards, and the Six of Wands is wanting us to achieve something that actually has some sort of clarity, some sort of it's on paper. Like the Six of Wands is that it means it is a win that we can. That's a qualifying win. We can show evidence and proof that we have succeeded. And with working with the influence of the Page of Cups and the energy of the Chariot means that keeping ourselves aligned with psychic energy, as well as keeping ourselves together so that we don't wander off and go a bit woo-woo, that's going to be the balance. But we're going to be kept on track because we know that it's worth it. There's something that's worthwhile at the end of everything. So what are we being challenged with? Well, we're being challenged with making sure that we've got all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted. So there's no easy way out of this. There's no easy way around it. We've got to take care of all the minor details in order to be successful. It's not that we will fail, it's just that we'll always be brought back to the beginning, and so that we actually take care of those small details. So now we're looking at our action, how we're going to behave this week. So we have Five of Wands. Five is very sort of edgy. The Five of Wands is giving me a real edgy feeling. It's like we are just. Five of Wands to me is always putting out campfires to start off with, but it's like we are running around trying to preempt anything that goes wrong. We're going to be on super high alert. That's the influence of the Page of Cups, and so our action is to try and take care of maybe overdoing it a little bit. So just be mindful. We might be running from here to here to here to here because we can see things, or we're preempting things. So expect a little bit of sort of not panicky energy, but try maybe. That we are overdoing it, trying to predict things and overdo things. Where are we headed this week? What's it? And when I say where are we headed, why are we doing all this? It might be that we get that result towards the end of next year. Who knows? But we're setting a series of events in motion. And what's the future? The possible future of this? Oh, this means that we are setting ourselves up for not only financial rewards or financial success, but also success in our world. The Ace of Pentacles turns up whenever there's a block that has been in place for a long time, and that block is now being unblocked. And so the flow of energy, where we know when something is worthwhile and practical and it's a doable thing and we know that it can work. Ace of Pentacles is telling us that following the flow of this week means that we'll be unblocking that thing that we know for certain can actually work. And all of the elements of this week is bringing us towards that. Also too might mean some more money. Or a windfall. Ace, that's what the Ace of Pentacles can mean as well. I like it for unblocking the flow of energy where things have been a bit stuck. But we know that that thing is possible, or that thing will start to flow. So what does it mean for our soul self? What is the bigger picture energy of this week? But here we have the Justice card. Now, I think it's like weighing up balancing the scales. If we have been, let's say, you know how sometimes we put ourselves to one side for a bit, or sometimes we set aside sometimes our wants and our needs for a bigger, like something that we see that's bigger than us, and we put ourselves aside for 1 minute. Well, this is telling me that this week is about balancing the scales, and that now it's time that we come in for ourselves and come to bring all our energy so that we're working towards something that matters to us, and we don't have to keep giving to something that's other than us. So if you find yourself that you've spent maybe a lifetime or a long time or even a short time where you have on purpose suspended your goals and your wants and your needs in order to serve a purpose that serves somebody else. And we do that sometimes with our whole heart. It doesn't always have to be something, a big sacrifice. We do that with our whole heart. Well, that's coming to an end. And that's saying that we can now this week, we can put our energy into our own goals. We can draw our energy back from that thing that we put our whole heart into. It's about us now. And that means that our goals and our aspirations can now start to be realized. It's the first step. And so the picture means that it's like you're getting your good karma back, if you like, is that you did some good stuff out there, you did it for other people, you did it for a bigger purpose other than you, and now that's coming back. In other words, you can balance the scales, and now all of that goodness comes back, and that comes back to you. So that sounds quite nice, actually. That's the energy of the week. Week commencing March 10th, 2025. My name is Dr. Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic. Much love from me to you. Have a great week. Bye for now.